How's it going, everybody? This is Beat the Bush. These are the iYogaLED RGB Landscape Lights. They're IP65 rated, which means they're dust proof, and even if you spray jets of water on these would be okay. Many landscape lights actually does not allow you to replace the bulb inside. This set is a bit more reusable because the fixture over here is just by itself. You can remove the lens and also just pull out the light bulb, and these guys are replaceable. LEDs tends to last a really long time, but sometimes they just break anyway. And when that happens, you want to be able to change the bulb and not have the entire set go bad on you. Let me unbox this thing and show you what comes with the kit. Installation instructions. Instructions for the remote control. A very colorful remote that will correspond to the light color. More instructions here. There's a wall mount for the remote, some attachment screws or a double-sided tape, and this is a 2.4 gigahertz wireless remote. It does not use infrared LEDs, so it can go through walls. Here's one of the light fixtures, one of the light bulbs. This is a 4 watt 400 lumen light bulb. A typical light bulb is around 800 lumens, so this is about half the power. This is a MR16 type connector. The light fixture itself is just a metal piece, and if you pull open on this, notice that there are two, not just one, O-rings to protect it from any kind of water going in. The front lens is a spherical type, is glued inside all the way around for waterproofing. There's no polarity to this. You can just plug it into those slots and replace the front cover. Make sure it's seated all the way down. And these come with a 48-inch wire lead. I folded it over 4 times. That is about 12 inches. The ends are not completely stripped. When you're ready to connect them, you just pull them off. It comes with this giant stake. Put the wire into here and twist it into place. Change the angle of each of the lights. Just kind of 45 degrees for now. In total, you get 4 individual lights. This is powered by 12 volts, so you'll need at least a 16 watt transformer in order to power this. The wire is connected to the bulb holder directly. There's no special electronics in here. And the 12 volt goes straight into this bulb. The bulb is model number FUT104. It's an RGB and CCT LED spotlight. Input could be either AC or DC 12 volt. If you're supplying it DC, it does not really matter if the positive is on this pin or this pin. So feel free to plug it in this way, or you can flip it over and plug it in this way as well. This is a 4 watt LED, RF 2.4 gigahertz. Each single light bulb has a 2.4 gigahertz connection. When you look at the front of the light bulb, you can see 3 LEDs that are sort of yellow, 3 of them that are orange, and 2 of them that are clear. We'll see later what kind of colors these LEDs produce. In the center, I noticed there's a little strip of wire that's behind the front cover. As this whole thing is made out of metal, it's likely communicating to the 2.4 gigahertz through the front lens over here. I've got them all set up, ready to wire. Each of these lights has 1 wire coming out of it. I think most people would want to string them in a row and then connect the power to the end of that, rather than trying to feed power individually to each single light. So imagine this is the end light. I can run 4 feet of this cable to the next light, connect it to the base of the second light, and then I'll have another 4-foot wire that can go to the next light, and so on and so forth. So let's do that. These screw terminals are not included, but depending on how you want to connect them, you may need different kind of hardware. So on the second light, we'll cut it at around 6 inches right here. Split this apart, split this one apart, strip them all. And we'll take the first light, remove the end piece here, twist the end wires, cut them to size, join these 3 together. Take 1 wire from each, twist them together, trim off the end, and put on the screw terminal. And then we do this with the other side. Now, if I power this end, it's gonna light both of these lights. The 4 lights are in a string now. I'm gonna temporarily connect it to this barrel plug here so that I can power it with a power bank temporarily, just to test these lights first. These are low voltage connections, 12 volts only, and I'm using these screw terminals. If you're worried that water will get in, you can potentially fill it up with some glue or caulk in there. They do sell waterproof versions of these that you can only use once. It already has glue that's built in inside. Plug it in here to test it out. It all turns on. Put some batteries in the remote, not included. To pair the light, we need to turn off the light first for 10 seconds, turn it back on, and then press the on button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It changes to green to indicate that it's linked. Now we can do various things like change it to blue or yellow or red This is the first time I've seen them actually put a color coding right on the wheel right here. What if I just kind of move it around? Oh, it changes with my finger. So you can quickly reference, oh, I want green, or I want this orangey color right here. Saturation or CCT control. We can go here, change it to the white light, and you can change the color temperature, a warmer temperature all the way to a very cool and blue temperature. Change the saturation. So this is very saturated, unsaturated, green, saturated green versus low saturated green, very saturated blue versus low saturated blue. And then on any other colors, you can change the brightness of it with this slider here. The remote has touch buttons. They don't really click around or anything. You just tap right on top of them, and you can turn it off as well right here. Press the mode button and it'll cycle through different modes. There's a whole bunch of different modes that you can cycle through. It doesn't really tell you which mode it is in, so you just got to guess based on how it changes the color. Let's just push mode one more time. Now it's kind of this white. When it's on this color mode, you can also change the speed by pushing S+ on the remote. So I can make it go really fast. Now, if you're gonna get really advanced, you can change it to the static mode. Let's say it's green. And if we press S 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's gonna go to this blue light 3 times. Now it's gonna be on this table 1 over here. If we want the mode to be on the table 2, we can press S- 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it'll flash yellow. So now it's gonna use this table 2 over here whenever you click the mode button. So let's click mode button now. This is a different kind of color changing dance that you can get. If you get bored with the table 1, we can get like green, and then it changes to turquoise, blue, purple. Yet another one is like a red, and then green, and then blue. It fades in and out those 3 colors. You can also connect this to a smartphone app, but you do need a gateway. It really just connects to Wi-Fi and pretends to be this remote and controls these lights. With the gateway, you can use an app. You can also use voice control. It's also DMX512 compatible. You need one of those controllers. That connection is mainly used for DJ control of the lights. But with just this product by itself, you can control it with the remote control. Let me go and install this in the yard and see how it looks. Find the spots for your light and place them evenly. I'm gonna push them in here and adjust the angle. The farthest the wire can go is right about here. So I'm just gonna go a little bit shorter because we might want to bury these wires to hide them. Just kind of wiggle it left and right. It eventually goes in. Here's the third one. And the final one. Connect this end to the AC adapter. This looks pretty good. I think I need to angle it a little bit higher, like so. And we'll come back at night and see what this looks like. Here we are again at nighttime. Let me turn it on. It is in one of those modes where it's just switching between. So let's do white. And I can change the color temperature to kind of like a warm color or the coolest setting. This is the brightest to very dim, or just a tad turned on, like half brightness here and full brightness. And also using the color wheel on the remote, I can change it blue instantly, or orange, or green. And then if I slide my finger across the color wheel, I can change it very rapidly. There's also R for red, green, and then the different modes. This is like dancing around different colors. Let's go through a few of the modes here. Orange, fade into yellow, and fade into green, fade into blue. You get the point. Change the speed of the color changing by pressing S+. So S+, I'm gonna press it multiple times so that it's much faster. If you guys are interested in this iYogaLED light set, check out my affiliate link down in the video description below.